Easy said Weili about to have flashbacks of Rose with Valentina when those counter kicks start touching her chin. Oof, man. I mean, we gotta kind of discuss that right now, man. Like, Easy, you missed the panel last night, but since you're here, I mean, what do you think, man? Like, as a stand up, fan, and as a boxing, uh, how do we put this, aficionado? What would you say, Easy, man? Like, what does Wei Li have to do with her stand up game? What does Wei Li got to do to get Valentina's respect? Because I told you what Manon needed to do get Valentina's respect, but it wasn't executed. But what is Wei Li? What is little old Wei Li gonna do? I know people gonna get mad at this comment I'm making right now. What is little old Wei Li gonna do to get on the inside of Valentina? Time to trigger some people by saying that. What is little old Wei Li? What is her little self gonna do to get on the inside of the striking prowess of Valentina Shevchenko? Hold on. Oh, I missed that comment. Axel said he said when no one's working on her boxing, she was training at the TriStar gym. Oh, it was a hobby. Tell you, man, that jab, man, that's important. Weili gonna benefit from combos. She can roll Valentina with a 1-2-3. No, robot, you right. You right. I never do. I don't downplay another fighter to make another one look better. I mean, never. We gonna promote the fight, right? We gonna promote the fight. We gonna talk about it, but I don't hate a fighter to make another one look good, like some of y'all do. Because when I get to talking about a fighter's chances, y'all be like, man, you be like, everybody be like, man, BJ or Combo, they be like, y'all smoking crack or something. They'd be like, how do y'all think that? Or y'all get mad because we we don't like your fighter as much as you love your fighter. Thing is, I do love the fight game. I love these fighters that got work ethic, man. You said she can't be going in there trying to test her wrestling. Okay. But she can't go in there and strike like that, man. Like, Weili is going to have to fight Valentina like she did JJ. Good luck. See, the thing is, JJ ain't got no power like that, JJ, Joanna didn't have no power like that. And she's not as quick and snappy as Valentina. She's more quick with volume. And that's how Weili was able to withstand a lot of Joanna's punishment, because Joanna's punishment comes in the same impact and the same speed. It comes in combinations, like at the same type of speed. Nothing too hard, nothing too snappy. Like, once her double jab follows by right hand, it's all coming at the same speed. Whereas Valentina, hers is like quick. It's very quick and snappy. Like the way her jab pops off and that straight left hand comes, it's a little bit more like blinding speed, because she's already one step ahead. So I think that's going to be harder. Like, if she stays at that range to fight with Valentina, it's going to be really, really hard to get that timing down to even get her shots off. Like, you can eat 2, 3, 4 Joanna shots, but I think once you get hit by a jab from Valentina, because it's so quick and snappy, you'll have to reset. Like, I don't see her getting off too much. Maybe if she starts at the leg, maybe if she starts off, with the calf kicks, I don't know right now. I gotta just kind of look at how Weili did against her last stand-up opponents. Easy said, I don't think Valentina's all that in power either, though. Valentina gets her power from her speed. She's not a one punch KO. Yeah, she didn't one punch KO anybody. No, like exactly. Like she's not all power. No, like hers is like speed. You know, speed kills, right? That's where her main, damage control comes from when she hits you. It's so fast. Like you think the next punch will be a knockout punch. Like that's why in that Manon fight, her jab was so like controlling because it was so quick and snappy. Like you were waiting for that follow up, so you had to back off. Manon had to back off a little bit because it was so fast and quick and precise, right? So that's why you can't really like teach a lot of people to throw power punches. It's best to start off throwing technique, and once you get technique down, that's where the quickness comes in, because once you got that mental strength, and once you got that mental aspect down to throwing the correct shot, you'll start throwing it quicker. You start throwing it faster. So I think that's where Valentina, a lot of her uh power comes from, just that quickness, the being able to let it go and don't think. Let me see. Axel says, striking wise, I think Weili needs to box in the pocket. She has T-Rex arms and therefore cannot stay on the outside with Valentina. Yeah, that makes sense. Like, I think you got to stay on the inside. You got to stay in close quarters, because if you don't, you're going to have a long night of getting hit by that jab or that kick to the chest. So she's got to be somewhere dirty boxing. Like, and that's what I was thinking last night. I meant to say that last night is if I think it was something Colostrum was saying last night that James, he was kind of disagreeing with, but I do believe that the surprise element is what's going to really benefit Weili. If she can get Valentina like at least down on one knee, or at least against the cage, that's where Weili lets them hands go, like she did against Lemos and like, Suarez. Like if she can get you down in a position where you're trying to get up, she's gonna let them shots go. Right. That's how she really that's how she landed a lot of punches against Lemos. Lemos, a lot of them strikes came from being in close quarters when she had her down. So that inside fighting style, it has to be a big strategy to me built around that for Weili in this fight. Don't try to play that outside game, little scratch and sniff from the outside, because that's gonna make it. Yeah, that's gonna make it an early night for her, man.